Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So my surface is kind of dirty here. Let me wipe it down. What we're going to do today is a quick little kind of an upcycle craft. So I have these bottles that I have been saving because I've been wanting to do this craft and I just hadn't had time. So we're going to make some farmhouse looking bottles, which I'm going to display a couple of daisies, flowers in there, like artificial. So our first step is we washed them and we cleaned them really good. Cleaned them with the alcohol so that the paint would adhere to them good. And we are going to paint these. This is chalk paint, and it's just a porcelain color, and it's from Art Minds. I don't even remember when I bought this, but I've used it for different projects. So basically what we're doing is just covering, and I did one earlier and it took about 3 coats to cover it good the way I wanted it to look. So we're just taking the sponge and just putting it on. And I won't bore y'all with doing all of these bottles on camera, because we are going to, and then I just took the top and kind of sponged around it. I think my sponge is still wet from washing it out last night. And just getting it all the way up to the top and letting each coat dry, and then come back and put a second coat. I'll try to get this to turn. All right, so I'm going to cover all 3 of these. And I actually have 6 bottles because I'm going to do 3 in my dining room area. And then I'm going to do 3 in an area in my bedroom that I have a little shelf I've been wanting to put some on, but I'm doing them each a little different. So as soon as I get these coated and they dry, I will be back. Okay, so I'm doing 6 bottles, but I've got 3 ready to wrap. So I'm going to do wrapping on 1 bottle. The rest I'm not going to do on camera because it's very tedious, and you'll get the idea of it. So I'm using this twine. I've had this for a long time. I use it for wrapping gifts and all different kinds of things. So I have a lot of it. So that's what I'm going to do it with. And a hot glue gun. And to start off the top of it, you just put a little bit of glue and get your piece glued down. And I'm going right underneath the lip of that, where the lid was screwed onto it. And then you just start to wrap. And at first I wrapped them and I didn't, but then I think the best way is to put a little bit of, just a dab of glue each time you come around. That's going to go to the back anyway. And then that way, it's holding it in place. So as I've come around each time, I'm going to go back down over this just a little bit. And then just come up right next to your next area. Come all the way around. And just dab a little glue right in your spot there. And you don't have to be too much, just enough to hold it in place so you get around your area. And then come on back to the next area. And that one's got, I'm gonna put a couple more in this one because I've got that little lip coming out and it's tending to want to come onto the other side of that. So I'm gonna push it down a little bit with some glue. And always be careful when you're working with hot glue because it can burn you if you're not careful. This is a low heat gun, so I haven't had that issue with this one, but I do know it can definitely burn you, so just be very careful. And if you just put tiny little dabs of the glue, then that way it kind of stays underneath your twine and you don't see it at all. And it just holds it in place. And on these bottles, I put 3 coats of paint to give it good coverage because I wanted them to be really white. I was watching somebody on YouTube the other day, because I know as crafters we all watch other crafters to get good ideas and things to do, and I don't know what she was doing, but it kind of, I gotta laugh because she said everything she had touched in the last couple of weeks just wasn't working. And I don't know, as crafters I think we go through our ups and downs, because I have those times when I have such good ideas in my head, and then when I go to execute it, it does not come out the way I had envisioned it. So I know what she was feeling, and definitely can cause you to have some trying situations. All right, I'm going to get back to, I think it was about right here. I'm going to cut this and bring it to an end. And this will be the back side, so it doesn't have to be perfect, but you don't also want it to look good. All right, and then with this twine, I've had to go back and trim because it's got so many little flyaways. And I've just gone around it and just trimmed all that off. And then we're going to do the same thing on the bottom part of the jar or the bottle. So you can see that that's going to be my back side. This is the front side, which looks good. I probably should have come up just one little bit more right there. But it's okay. I don't think it's going to show when it's sitting up on the shelf. Okay, so on the bottom side, we're going to do the same thing as we did there. We're just going to start. And just doing the very bottom part of the bottle, because I'm putting a flower on. All right, let me put a little bit right here. And then you just continue to kind of come over that and just go right up next to the one you just did. And as I come around on each one, I'm just putting a little dab of glue there to hold that until I get down to the bottom of the bottle. And then you got to do a little bit more because this bottom is kind of rounded down. So when you get to the very bottom of it, you got to do a little bit more glue, a little closer together, because if not, it tends to kind of start to roll off of the bottom of it. That one stuck with two of them. And this twine that I have here is some spots it's thicker, some spots it's more narrow, so it's not 100% even, but as long as you get that first area started evenly, I think it will come down even. And then just make sure you're pushing it in together as you go around and pulling it tight. And this is where you as you get to that little curve in the bottom of the bottle, you kind of start to put in your dots of glue a little closer together, because it will start to push off the bottom of that bottle. All right, we're going to trim this, bring it around. And then we're going to trim off all of that excess. Okay guys, as soon as I am going to put my my flour on this, let me get this out of the way. All right, so that's the back. We want to go right here. This is where we're going to put it. This is the flour that I'm going to use on this one. I'm kind of smushing this back a little bit. And then we're going to put our glue here onto the back of the flour. And it's going to glue right onto here. And I am going to put my flowers inside them, and I'm going to give you a picture of the final product. Okay guys, here is the finished product. They are sitting on a shelf. You can back it up just a little bit. It's just got a lot of stuff on that wall, so I just want to pull in close so you can see them. They turned out really cute. I'm going to do 3 more for my bedroom, but they will look exactly the same, just a different flower that I'm putting on the front of the other 3. So I think they turned out cute. If you did like this video, if you could give me a thumbs up, please subscribe to my channel. And if you hit that little red bell, it will alert you when the next video comes up.